I like to imagine you actually know people that speak like that.
It's not uncommon. Yeah, Heavy, I was just explaining to Lori here that I went to the Metro store, you know, the T-Mobile store, and I got a phone for the first time with service.
Huh.
Yep, I got a Galaxy A32 5G.
Hmm.
And because it was like the first time I opened a line with them, like ever, I was able to get a humongous discount on the phone. Apparently, if you're just making the one line for the first time and you haven't had any previous lines at mobile or like Metro before, the phone goes down like more than half in price. Like the
Wow.
phone I got would have like cost me like almost like maybe like almost $300 total with everything else, service and everything. But because I was a first time phone, like line maker, I only had to pay 150 for the service, the phone, everything.
I just bring my own phone.
Eh. Anyway, this
It'd take
phone
you a while
seems very
to get
functional.
like a phone with that legitimate service.
My phone does have legitimate service.
And
I
so
thought
does
it
mine
didn't at one
now.
point.
No, it does. The only problem is because I had it ordered from China, it wasn't designed to function on the US bands, so it just so happens to work with a couple of the 3G bands, so I'm limited to 2G and 3G, but I don't care, because I mostly make phone calls with it. Like, I don't... It kind of sucks sometimes being like, I wish the data was a little better so Google Maps loaded faster, but, like, it's never once been a hindrance where I'm like, God, I need a better phone. It's only been a hindrance where it's like, this is mildly annoying.
Hey, mine so far seems pretty good. I was able to get every single app that I had on the other phone and then some and still be fine. And I got the 64 gigs of memory on it, so that's good.
I think mine is 64 gigabytes, and it has an SD card expansion slot that I can shove a micro SD card into.
If I remember correctly, though, SD cards are not good to put apps on, right?
I don't think it matters that much.
I mentioned it to the T-Mobile guy at the store today, and he was like, yeah, no, like, having an SD card more often than not, the apps want to try and run off of the main phone's memory because it's like, the main stuff with the memory and all that shit. Having an external SD card causes it to maybe disconnect or not work properly because it's a disconnected, memory source that's in the phone and can be taken out at any point.
I got no idea, dude.
Yeah, it's computers. That's the that's your profession, not phones. Although I'd assume
phones are a form of computer.
Okay,
at
but
this
not
point,
when you're versed in.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If I had to guess, it'll probably load slower if you have it on an SD card than the phone's internal storage, because the phone's internal storage is likely to be a hell of a lot faster.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Other than that, I don't think you have to necessarily worry about it too much.
Yeah, really the only apps I got on there were
just put it wherever space is available.
Yeah,
I for some reason... for some reason, so I saw somebody in my Steam list that wasn't you. Profile picture not you. Name is like Phalone or something. And for some reason, I thought that was you launching a completely different game. And I was like, about to chew you out and be like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, Heavy, what the fuck? We're supposed to be playing Satisfactory. Why are you launching Factorio or whatever?
I don't even have that.
Yeah, and then I thought about it for a second. I was like, that's not Heavy. And he doesn't own that game.
And I'm pretty sure whatever it looks like for the profile picture, I do not
is
have.
Nowhere near yours.
No, I am,
Your Discord profile picture is... That's Frederick? I thought it was, Greg's best friend.
Yeah, Greg's best friend. The caption is Zoe Bama.
Isn't, Frederick the weird guy that
Frederick's
lives
the
down
older
the
brother,
street?
I think.
That... But you just said you were Frederick. Demon, you left. Demon?
Yeah, it's gonna do that.
Oh, I thought your internet died on you or something.
No.
I don't know.
It's gonna do that over and over again.
The, Mr. Kinney or whatever the author's name is still making books, and he has one on the way. Again,
Yeah,
if you check his Twitter.
but the movie studios looked at his movies or looked at his books, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we can't make any more movies off of this. Fourth one's that's it. That's it."
Yeah, it's like, I think somebody asked him, why don't you make anything else? He's like, because I don't know how to make anything else.
It also sells, so, eh.
Yeah.
Like every single time a new book of it comes out, you know that both the previous generation of people who used to read them as kids but now adults are going to look at them at least, and the kids are definitely going to get them. So you're getting two audiences.
Oh, I was a latecomer to those books.
I remember
I
one
was a
time.
latecomer to a lot of books because I just didn't like to read.
Yeah, I remember one time my library inside of our school. I think it was in the middle school or something like that maybe. They had a contest inside of it with only a couple of students that were just in at the time to be who could look the wimpiest, and whoever did won the free book of the newest one, which was then that winter cabin one. And all I did was I just slouched. That's all I did. I just slouched a little tiny bit, and I won because I was tall and thin.
I don't even know what you look like, but I'm impressed.
Huh.
That's the
my face is
most
on,
amount of effort you would put in.
My face is
Center
on some of my older
output,
thumbnails on my YouTube channel.
overflow,
You can see what I look like
output,
from those.
None, right
Yeah, but I
output,
don't have the effort or energy to do that.
Any.
Oh god, great. Now you've forced me into the position where now I have to grab a picture of my face and put it into the chat.
I did not. That is entirely
He
up
did
to
not. He just said,
You
I
don't
haven't
wanna
seen
go
what you
anywhere.
look like, and you're like, you must see my face.
Yes.
It is,
Hey,
it is of utmost necessity.
where did the
is a rite of
lizard doggos
passage.
go?
I have no idea.
The lizard doggos were right behind me. Where did they go?
Oh my god, this is hilarious. I hit my desk, right? And
Doggos?
I just got a pop-up from Windows saying USB device not recognized right after I did that. I knocked something loose or whatever, so it's half plugged in, and
so
it's like...
much time and effort tracking down those doggos, and now they're just gone.
Is there no way to, make them sit?
No, there is not. Not that I'm aware of. No.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Alright, so...
Nay.
Right, Heavy, what were you in the middle of?
A superhighway, but you decided
I have to
no,
get
That's
back.
right.
because of how the ramps.
Well, yeah, not only did it look kind of ugly and was unnecessary, but they also need to refuel.
Where's Sponkold?
I don't know. He might be busy with something. He seemed like he was getting a little burnt recently, so if he's just chilling somewhere, honestly, I'm totally okay with that.
I think he's just playing RimWorld.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, we can leave him be to just play RimWorld if he wants to.
That's true. I did
He can
ask
chill.
him neutrally. Yeah.
Well,
if
we'll
he's
figure
able
it
to
out.
make it.
Yeah.
We miss you, man.
Come back.
Anyhow, do you want me to help you with
Just a
this
slight,
in some method,
just
Heavy?
immediately, anyhow. Yeah, I want to make sure that these trucks, because right now, I have the means for, it to convey all the way down to the truck station itself.
Does it look ugly? Better not look ugly. The defeated sigh. That's fucking
The problem
hilarious.
is, I really don't know your tastes very well, and it seems like they change daily.
I will
so
show
Yes.
it's
my
entirely your
face.
fault.
Entirely my fault. Excuse me.
You're excused.
You know what? Not that one. Not that face.
240
not that
parts
face.
per minute. How many parts per minute does
Where to go
conveyor
with this
belt Mark
stupid
III
face?
move? It moves
Why this chat?
270. So can I get this to 270 items per minute?
I'd had to guess that is not how I thought you would have looked like.
But that's me. Hello.
Huh.
Yeah.
I have a way I want to describe you, but I don't. I'm pretty sure I would get banned, or you would get banned from Twitch.
Then don't.
It's illiterate, and it starts with S.
What?
None of us know what you're talking about.
Maybe I'm too high for this. Maybe I just don't understand this.
No, I think Heavy's just being balls. Fortnite balls. Well, you've definitely done something, Heavy. What the hell is this?
This was the other face I had. But it makes me look like...
Also, Heavy, this over here is just for fuel, by the way. On the left. This is just for input of fuel. That's all this is for.
That is my Khmer face. Apparently.
And how do trucks?
You input to this input
you see
on the
that
right.
Eyebrow thing
So
I'm doing
this
that,
input
the
there,
picture?
that one that I just disassembled.
I do
is
that
for
raised
fuel.
eyebrow thing normally.
Okay.
So that one's fuel only, so nothing was going to go in there if you were putting something other than like coal or biofuel into it.
The conveyor belt is going backwards. Oh no.
What is going backwards?
The conveyor belt, it's going backwards.
Which? What?
The
Which
one
belt?
connected
What?
to the fuel thing, it's going backwards.
No, it's not. That's the underside of the belt.
Oh, I'm stupid.
If the underside of the belt is going that way, what's the top side doing?
I don't know. It's all clogged.
Going the other way. Oh my. Somebody is in need of help.
Which kind? Because I will take all available kinds.
Which kind?
Oh shit, I landed without taking any damage. Holy shit, let's go! There is another hard drive way up there in the poison gas. I could potentially get it. I have enough food to survive.
We will not come and save you if you die right now.
As I was just saying, I have enough food to survive. I have like 78 barrel nuts, 5 bacon agarics, and I have 2 more pale berries. So I have plenty of food to keep myself healed.
Okay, while I'm here,
all I'd have to do
this
is
taking
rush in.
120, so I'm going to replace this with a Mark II.
The problem is getting through there, though. Okay, I think I have an idea. Alright, hold on. Let me see if this works.
Well, I was going to replace that with a Mark
II.
II. It's taking out 120. There we go.
Alright, I need 6.
Oh yeah, I need power.
We need a better way to get up top. Oh, wait a minute. The ladder's heavy. We have ladders now.
We do? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I unlocked the ladders. I left the game running. Because at this point we put so much stuff in the awesome sinks, getting a single awesome coupon takes forever. So I left the game idling literally all fucking day and got enough coupons.
Wow.
Okay.
And then...
So firstly, Mark II isn't going to be enough for the output, because we're outputting more than 120 a minute, if I remember correctly. Each one of these is outputting 18... 18
Do you want me to disassemble
times
everything?
8. Alexa,
Or
what's
split
18
it?
times 8? We're taking 144 out per minute, so 18, 18, 18, 18. Alexa, what's 18 times 4?
Nope, getting the fuck out of here! Alright. Yep, nope.
72
nope.
plus 18. Alexa, what's 72 plus 18?
Okay, let me put these down.
Okay, 90 plus 18 is 108. So that can be a layer 2, then we're adding more. So this is where we need a Mark III belt. Boom. So that's one step taken care of.
All right, I put down a beacon on the hard drive that I've spotted. I cannot, without adding like a whole big old power thing over here, get it. So I've just left the beacon. Hard drive
Fair
and
enough.
poison gas. Need suit, because I remember that we can get a suit.
Suit?
Or
Yeah, there's a
gas
special
mask.
kind of suit we
You
can
can
get.
get a gas mask.
Oh, a gas mask. Okay, well, whatever. Suit, gas mask, whatever. It doesn't matter.
And let me see where's a good place to stick these ladders, if there is a good place. That is not a good place. It is certainly a place, but that is not a good place. Heavy, where should I put the ladders?
It's a good question. I'm not even sure where the trucks are going to
I
go.
blame you.
Thank you. You're
You
always
should
so
feel
sweet.
bad.
But I don't.
You should feel bad for being up the bad.
I understood everything you said, yes.
So I can get up easy. But can I get down easy? Oh yeah, you can just kind of jump and grab onto it. That's not the most optimal thing, but it does work. Oh, you can walk backwards onto it. Okay. Can I walk forwards onto it? No, I can't. But I can walk backwards onto it. So that takes me down to here. So I can then yeet all this away. Reconnect hard drive. No. I can't because it is offline. I'm not sure where to go from here, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Okay.
So, Heavy, what I'm thinking, right? You've got the truck station there. What I'm thinking we do instead, we have somehow conveyor lift coming down to like here, and the truck station sits facing this way, and we have a ramp for the trucks to come up on this side.
Which side? Where?
We put the truck station here, facing this direction, so that we can have the materials from inside come down here and connect to the truck station.
Okay. So
like,
they're gonna take a sharp right to go where they need to go, essentially.
Not really. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the trucks will go, like, this way.
Oh, okay.
And have, like, a ramp here. I think that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Rather than doing this.
Alright.
I made it back.
So if it comes down from there, it'll be like there. So we want truck station to be here. Is it centered? That is the question.
Question everybody wants to know.
The question everybody wants to know. Do you want to rephrase that?
The question that nobody wants to know.
The question that nobody wants answered is what you should have said.
Did I ask you a question?
Do I like, care?
Probably. Who's to say?
You're
You can't
both
be doing-
morons.
Man, fuck you. I have a Cyndaquil that's named Chaticus.
What?
You heard me.
Yeah, but I don't know what it means.
Doesn't
I
mean
think it's
anything.
a pun.
No, it's not a pun. I just called him Chaticus.
It's not a Chad.
You called
It
what a
is.
Chad?
Cyndaquil.
The fuck is a Cyndaquil?
Gen 2
Pokemon.
fire Pokemon starter.
Okay, well that's why I don't know what it is.
Alright.
You know the little
these-
porcupine that's fire type?
No, not at all.
Alright, I don't think this is the best way to go.
Shut up.
But
Cyndaquil evolves eventually into Typhlosion, and Typhlosion's a really fucking beast Pokemon.
I'm gonna act like I understand what that means.
I'm scanning hard drives. I need to put these fucking crystals away. Where do I fucking put them?
Up your ass.
Sure. Pop them in there, why not?
Did you try up your ass?
Slugs. How about you suck my dick? And I know for a fact you'd enjoy it too.
From you, probably not.
You keep telling yourself that.
Yes.
My musk is too powerful.
Alright.
And I like musk, but you aren't the kind of person I'm sexually attracted to.
You don't know what I look like. Aside from my face, you don't know my body.
That... Yeah, that's like the last thing I consider. That's like the last thing I consider.
I wish not to hear more of this.
Too bad.
I can leave.
That is true, you can leave.
We now have 14 more power shards.
Also, those are some really bad face cutouts.
Yes, they are. That's what I get for using paint.net, not using that just instant fucking feature on Photoshop now that I have it.
I used Sumo Paint to do my early thumbnails.
And
I know the
clone.
pain
Never
of
heard
being
of it.
stuck with some terrible... it was bad.
I mean, paint.net's not bad.
Oh, Sumo
just
Paint was
needs,
bad.
a
Paint.net is
little bit
fine.
extra work on
Sumo Paint is bad.
Actually, why did I
Yes.
buy? Oh, because
And
of
I
Century.
also have Photoshop. So, like, I don't even know why I'm really even still fucking using paint.net if I have Photoshop. And I have After Effects. And the rest of the Adobe library if I so please.
Hey, Heavy, I need you to disassemble something for me while I have
Okay.
something else out, meaning I can't disassemble it.
This hard drive's taking forever, and
Where
I've got
are
a
you all the
second
way
one
up
I
there?
have to scan.
I'm up in the factory.
Okay.
I am back in my shed, waiting for the hard drive to scan so I can get another one. Hello!
Hey,
Hard
Sponkold.
drives.
Hello? Sponkold, I'm going to ask a simple question.
Don't.
Do you
just got
want to
here.
be here?
Do I want to be? No, I got distracted. I want to be here.
Okay, we were just wondering because it almost looked like, I don't know, you were just busy
Yeah,
doing
I
other
was on
things
the
and
pho-
chilling
I was on
out.
the phone with I was on the phone with Newt. I got distracted.
Oh, gotcha. Speaking of phones, I got a new phone.
Hey.
Yeah, I got me my very
iPhone
first
13.
phone with service ever, and it
It's
is
an
a
iPhone
Galaxy. No, it's a Galaxy A32 5G.
Good.
Hopefully I just sent that person the right emoji.
I hate iPhones. I have an iPhone 7. I didn't buy my own phone.
Now I have a
Oh,
device
hi,
I hold in my
Heavy. Can you
pocket, and then whenever
disassemble this
somebody who hates
foundation up
5G
here?
comes near me, I can just scare them away.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that high enough?
Going to
Yeah, that's where it
government.
needs to be. It's good. Just disassemble this foundation for me, please.
Brainwashing
Thank
government
you.
5G with birds.
Oh, I did it just
That's
barely
where
too
COVID
high.
came
Dang it.
from. That's how we got the
You need that
COVID.
foundation back.
Easy.
Yep.
You know how
Oh,
COVID started. The
inhaler.
5G networks acted up.
And then the bats. in
Technology
Wuhan-
gave us a biological
They didn't like
virus.
it.
You know how it works.
I would like to clarify for YouTube that this is not serious.
Obviously not, because if it were, I would have to be
Please, God,
locked
this
up in a
is
mental
bad.
asylum.
This is
Of course it's
real,
not serious.
I mean, maybe Spunkold's
Scientific.
being serious,
real
but like,
no. God. It was a bat in Wuhan.
can you
The
disassemble this
fact that
foundation,
people
please?
Think that 5G is gonna do shit. It's like
Thank you.
at this point, I feel like everybody's just waiting for the next new thing to pop out, just so that they can bitch and moan as to what terrible things.
Oh my
it's
god,
going
I
to
forgot
do
to
without
turn it
even-
around this time.
Like,
Christ,
if I-
I need to do this a third time.
If I'm gonna be real about that, like when we get
Heavy.
like weird like radioactive
Oh.
signal sort of shit, Like, even Wi-Fi, like, we don't really know the effects, and I'm not gonna pretend like I know the effects, but, like we haven't really actually looked
Answer,
into
there are none, because if
Like,
things
it's
like
possible
Wi-Fi and
there could be
5G could
something.
hurt you, then the sunlight would instantly fucking murder you.
Well, it's not good to be in the sun for too long.
Yes,
Okay.
but that's because of the UV rays, not the light portions.
Okay.
Alright. Wait, I
Is it
didn't turn it
UV
again.
in
Oh my
the
god, I
light
keep forgetting to
spectrum of
turn
light
it.
rays, though?
Yeah, but that's not like the visible light spectrum.
Well,
It's a little
neither,
complicated,
neither
but
is Wi-Fi. Wait, my brain
it's
hurts.
Technology
It's a radiation
confuses
wave.
me.
like if
mean, like,
Wi-Fi and
I am a
5G
simple
and
man.
stuff
You
could
don't
hurt
wanna,
you.
Just trying to make
like a
simple videos
concentrated-
online.
If
You don't wanna
if
shine, like,
Wi-Fi and
concentrated
5G could hurt you, the sun would just instantaneously kill you.
I mean,
when
like,
it touched
are
your
they
skin.
the same thing? Like, are they
They're in the
cool?
same spectrum.
They're
Yo,
pretty
there's a
different.
little mini wrench attached to the Xenobasher. There's a little mini wrench. It's just
Oh,
dangling
yeah.
off the side of it.
Yeah,
I
that's
like it.
always been there.
I thought it was something else, but no, it's cute. It's a little wrench. I like it.
Oh, you say that.
now-
I just pulled it out and I just
really did.
touched it.
The conveyor lift can go down here. I think you do that when you first get out the Xenobasher, don't you?
Oh, I've never.
You're like examining it and you like touch the wrench.
What the fuck was I doing?
Maybe.
before?
No idea.
You were just driving around intending to mark things and then didn't mark anything and died a
Oh,
bunch.
right. And then I came back. No, I didn't die at all.
Oh, I thought you did.
He
Somebody died a
came back
bunch.
from the dead.
Uh,
Hello.
why
I
am
got the
back?
hard drives and shit. I'm scanning one of them now, and I've got a second one on me.
Oh, I'll give you 2 of them then.
There we go.
Oh shit, you've got more of them? Oh my god, hell yeah!
Wow.
By the way, we need a we're gonna need the gas mask. But if you look on the new things, the new beacons, I added one. There's another hard drive, but it's stuck in poison gas.
Oh shit, do we? Oh, wait, do we have gas mask unlocked? Oh,
We do not have it unlocked yet. No.
Anyhow, if you're curious later,
what was
Sponkold, I
I
can
on?
send you an
I remember
Electroboom
what I was
video. He's an electrical engineer where he goes over why 5G isn't actually harmful.
Who got rid of my machines that I had out front of the building?
No idea.
like I like what I was saying before though is that like I don't think it causes like COVID and shit. Like I just don't like I didn't know. Like
Yeah, no,
not to, like,
Wi-Fi
super
and cell
adamant about it.
signals is on the same spectrum as like visible light and shit. It's a little complicated and weird. But basically, if something could see the spectrum of light that we transmit things in, they would come over to our planet and they'd be like, what the fuck is all this? Because they would just see shit everywhere. There'd be all kinds of weird-ass colors.
We got any motors
Sponkold.
lying around?
Sponkold, do me a favor. Can you do that real quick? Can you do me a
Yeah,
favor?
what's your favorite?
That should be alright.
Why did you have to do this?
What's the crusty tower?
I need you,
Because
yes,
the
to make this
ramp
assembler,
For it to go
and then
down
help
too
to
low.
start making the last thing that we need
What do you
for
mean?
the last stage.
Hold on, let me
They would've
disassemble a
gone.
strip and see if I can see what you were talking about.
The most ridiculous request.
Oh, I
What was
see.
that request again?
Well, I
you
mean,
kept
couldn't
going-
we just?
If you
Wait,
kept
why do we
going
need?
down
Why
this
are you
way,
making motors?
You'd be
For the
Sponkold, why are you
Explorer.
making motors? We don't
For the
need motors
Explorer.
right now.
Who's
For the
making motors?
Explorer. Christ, man.
He's
Oh,
made
yeah, I
motors.
I kinda
What was
see
your
what you
favorite?
meant.
What did you need?
yeah.
I need the thing to be making the steel framework. Versatile framework, that's it. I need to make versatile framework.
What if we do a steeper ramp? Then maybe we
Versatile
can
frame-
eliminate
what are you
this
talking
whole
about?
thing out here.
versatile framework?
I made
on-
this for me. Fuck you.
I needed really
wait a
quick,
minute,
and
I
I
see
had
this
I didn't even
is-
hear. I didn't even hear what your favorite was. I asked you to repeat it like 5 times. I made that for me.
Although I
But
do
I had
want
these
the
out
trick,
here.
the trucks
I had
to
assemblers
go
out
down
here already, and somebody just decided to
as
fucking
smoothly as
disassemble,
possible.
like disassemble
and
them.
be able to climb back up.
I didn't do that. I just put that there.
No,
I know you didn't. I'm saying somebody did, and I want you to use this one for me.
Somebody.
Am I disassembling this or no?
Basically, I'm saying drop what
we
you're
might
doing,
have
Sponkold.
to
You work
use
for me
that,
now.
but
Modular frames and steel beams. Do we have any steel
I'd
beams?
rather not do that.
I will go
because
make a
it's kind
trip
of
to
just
the
a
steel
clunky
thing because
thing.
Lori said that she left the server on overnight, so I'm gonna go to the steel factory that I've made.
I did, but I'm pretty sure I also pillaged the steel factory at some point after that.
Oh god, where did you put
Am I
it?
disassembling this old
My
stuff?
inventory. I have stacks of steel on me because I'm making newer stuff. You might be.
Do you have
There-
stacks
what
of steel
for the
beams
moment
though?
we're
Stacks of
making
steel beams.
Yes.
I only need.
Go check the
actually,
steel factory first, and yeah, we're gonna go with disassembling
Okay, bring
that,
me
'cause
the
we can just
steel
do
beam.
this. I mean, I only have like
Okay,
4
Lori, bring
stacks
me
on
the steel beams.
One motor.
Well, I only have 4 stacks on
enough.
me, and I have to do stuff with Mark III conveyor belts.
And you need steel beams for them?
Yes, you need steel beams to make Mark III conveyor belts, and I basically have to redo the whole power plant at some point fairly soon to get max
Why have
efficiency
you
with new
robbed
stuff.
me?
You say that as if this isn't a collaborative effort.
I know that, but I worked on the thing all by myself, and I have some sort of fucking connection to that thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a marker for the coal refueling station, and basically what you gotta do is draw a path.
That'll be fun.
We want this to be in load mode. That way, when this is parked here, it loads itself up.
Me when I'm with your mom.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, a
That
fuse
wasn't
broke.
You. That wasn't you. That was the that was just the hub. Biofuel
Okay.
ones.
Deal.
What? Why is this not loading the vehicle?
Really? That's
Oh.
that's 65.
Okay.
Heavy, what's wrong?
Okay, we're in business. It's filled to max capacity. Let's go.
Okay, so I must have pillaged the steel place before I left the server running.
Yep, this is good. We're all good now. Oh yeah, yeah.
Heavy, you ran me over!
Personal story.
Sorry, I
box
didn't
over
see
here.
you.
What the heck? Why is it not loading the trucks? The truck station is set to load mode. Did you drive in while it was doing
Can we
the
have like a
animation?
third conversation amidst all this?
No.
No.
There's
it's
only 4 of
set to
us, so
unload.
no. Yeah, it should be-
I'm trying to
oh.
like, fill up the bio.
Oh,
You said it to
right.
unload.
Oops.
You ever heard of McDonald's?
That's
You ever
unload,
heard
and
of-
that's load. I see.
You ever
Okay,
heard
so
of
I
Nick
just did it
Daniels?
wrong.
Is a McDonald's political.
Yeah, get back on the truck.
Why?
Your name tag is backwards. Here. Check this out.
Whatever.
Oh,
You're.
well, I guess revenge is sweet.
You could just share your screen to the Discord, and I could look at it.
Wait, Slayer, did you set up motor
Where's
production?
the other track?
Oh, I disassembled it. You want me to rebuild it?
Oh, it had some biofuel in that, but
Yeah, it was just kind of in the way, and I thought I had it
Oh,
set to
okay.
load, and things were broken, so I was.
Am I
removing it
having
for
like a
troubleshooting. There
miniature
you go.
stroke? Why the
Oh,
fuck
look
do
at
my
this.
fucking hands and
See
shit
if
keep
it
on
does it for
going
you.
numb and tingly?
What?
see,
Oh, that's
Is my
weird. Your
name
name
tag
tag picks an orientation as I move around.
You know, like your tingly hand and eyeball.
yeah, but it's backwards, right?
If
Slayer.
I go to this side, it's
Make a
backwards.
word
Just look at my Discord
Oh
stream,
my
and you'll see what it's
God.
doing for me.
The truck is just like freezing
looking?
and stopping all over. Oh, now
I-
it's driving.
Yep. Huh. I didn't realize it was static like that.
Maybe it's only
Very
static for me, and for you it's backwards.
Yeah, I don't know. To each their own. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need me to move? Ah!
What the fuck just happened?
Death.
Heavy, what did you do?
You made me go
Compacted
leave.
coal. Hell yeah.
What is compacted coal?
Don't
Is that
know.
just
Sponkold,
more
you were
efficient
supposed
coal?
to let us go over what we wanted to pick instead of just picking it.
It's 5 coal and 5 sulfur, and it like makes a different item, I think.
Yeah,
I
but
think
is it
it's-
like
I think
more
it's
efficient than
coal.
regular coal or something?
I bet like
Color.
I bet it goes to the same stack, but it's just better. Yeah, that's what I bet.
Well, is it like
it said
is
alternate
it like
blueprint, but it was like a different icon.
is it like 5 coal plus 5
Hatred.
sulfur get you something that's as good as 8 coal, or is it just as good as 5 coal in one
Could
slot.
be double.
Sponkold, I need you to build another assembly
No, it's
over
like-
here. I don't have
it's like
rotors.
it's like a whole like different icon. Like, so I'd imagine. It's
I
better.
know,
Like, it's like a,
but I'm asking is it like you did 5 coal and
The
5
mall, the
sulfur
steel
and it's as good
plants.
as 5 coal, or is
I am
it like
still just assuming. I have
better?
I've not made it.
okay? I
So,
thought it might have given you more
Like,
information.
I would
on the
imagine
blueprint
it's just
screen.
better coal, like in a similar way that like biofuel is better, or solid biofuel is better than biomass, like something like that. I would imagine.
Yeah, but what
It's-
I'm
it's a whole
asking is it like more efficient, or are you trading off some of the fuel efficiency to get more in a space, basically?
Well, like I guess more in a space, like that would be more efficient.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
like,
you
you
mean
know,
the
the,
stack
I'm
size. You mean
saying like
stack
the
size.
conveyor belts can only carry so many items, right, per minute.
You mean like?
So
Like,
are
you
we
mean, like-
taking the power of 5 coal and squeezing it into one space, or by making that, is it more powerful than coal and therefore, you know, better, or is it like it's
Well,
only as
like,
powerful as
there-
4
like-
coal, but the benefit is you get like 4 times the delivery time at the expense of 1 of your coal?
Well, like I don't think there's any like more, like I don't think there's any more powerful fuel. It's just more efficient. Like you can just put a battery into a truck, like instead of coal, once you can make batteries. But like it's not really better. It's just like it costs less batteries. It's like you run out of batteries slower, basically. Like, if you're asking if the truck goes faster, no.
No, that's not at all what I'm asking.
Okay, I'm lost then. I don't know.
all right, how do I path the trucks?
Well, I need to
Like,
figure out that
do you
path.
mean like stack size? Like if it has a bigger stack size?
No, I mean Sponkold. So
Where did the
conveyor belt
versatile
moves
hammer go?
120 items per minute, right?
Yeah.
Well, conveyor belt Mark II. So what we're doing, we're taking 5 coal and condensing it into 1 item slot, so we effectively multiply the amount of fuel we can move per minute by 5. Or is it doing something like, well,
Like I
when you
think it's
combine
that,
the
but, like,
coal
it's
and the
also
sulfur, it's only you're putting in 5 coal, but you get the power output of only 4 coal, but the benefit is you can send more power per minute, even though you'll be losing out. You know what I mean?
better. Oh, like do you mean like is it just better, or is it better with a trade-off?
Yeah, is it just better all around, or is it better with some kind of trade-off? Is it like, fine, it's more condensed, but at the expense of it being more condensed, you lose a little bit of the total power. So yeah, 5 coal
Yes, we'll
would
see,
get
and
you
I
more power than
probably-
a compacted coal, but is
I
the
probably wouldn't
compacted
even be able-
coal,
I
you know,
probably
more
wouldn't
into
even be the
space.
one to notice. I feel like that would be more like something you would do.
Honestly, that's probably something to look at the fucking wiki for. Why am I even worrying about this?
Probably something we're not even gonna make.
Well, we'll probably make it at some point.
Like,
In the
plus
immediate,
coal and
no,
sulfur and-
because there's no sulfur anywhere near our current coal power plant.
yeah,
I can't
like,
think of a
yeah,
single other
like-
use case.
Like I don't know where we're gonna fucking like put like when are we ever how are we gonna get compacted coal to all the other coal places and all that?
Well,
you
at
know?
some point, we'll be really advanced, and it'll
what-
be like the
where
coal.
where does it even matter?
At some point, it'll be advanced, and it'll be the coal goes to a facility where it gets mixed with sulfur that goes to the facility before it gets towed away to the fucking other thing. But that's like late game shit.
Yeah, I don't want to bother thinking about it right now. Frankly.
Yeah, but it's literally like we don't have to even think about it at the moment. If there happens to be sulfur near an area where we're getting coal, we make compacted coal. If it's not there, we don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some
Like-
shit like that.
Only late game, like we can just like get a truck with the compacted coal, bring it all, or like a train, or a fucking hover drone. Oh my god.
Honestly,
So
I'm more excited about the trains and the drones.
Versatile framework.
Your mom is a versatile framework.
That sounds like a compliment.
It sounds like she like keeps things in line, you know. She keeps the things in line, but she's flexible.
She's flexible. She's smexy.
A nice thing to
She
say.
got that big ass booty.
Hey,
Don't.
don't say that about my mother.
Trust me, my mother has a big ass, but it ain't sexy.
I don't want to say such things about my mother. Frankly.
You don't
Quite
want to
frankly,
rate
it's
the
not one of your
attractiveness
highest
of your own
priorities.
mother? Why would you not want to do that?
Top 10 hottest moms my friends have. Number 1.
Daniel's mom. Daniel's mom, very hot.
I can't
Number two.
what? I put down a beacon and it just
Number 2, Steven's mother.
erased itself.
Steven's mother, high quality.
What the fuck?
Do you
I
wanna
put
make
down a
your
beacon
dinner
and it just
and
fucking
dessert
erased
will be
itself.
hot?
What the fuck? Why did I make a beacon and it just evaporated into the fucking ether? Excuse me, game?
I don't know.
Okay, I have a car now.
Cool. Now you gotta pay insurance on it. And gas. And repairs. You know, it's not really even worth it if you can actually just get to where you want to go on.
I can't.
So the explorer breaks bushes.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
you live in a forest.
Hero, I
Says
don't know how to
you,
put-
bro. Look at
Apparently
where
there's a
you
wall.
live, motherfucker.
Sorry, I meant swamp.
Hero,
I used the
Hero,
wrong
I don't know how to tell you this, but the explorer breaks plants it runs into.
Yeah,
ran
so
into
do
a
the
fruit
trucks,
bearing
but they
tree.
show
So
back
what,
up,
no
I
food
think, after a
plants?
minute.
Yeah, you know that nut plant you really like.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think when the Explorer and stuff hits it, it's a permanent break. I think it's only a temp thing.
Well, it's still gone as of now.
Ah, well, that... As much as that sucks, that's like a shit happens type thing. So I'm just a little bummed, more than anything else.
What do I need? I needed coal to fuel the truck.
Okay, time to make another beacon. So Heavy, have you figured out a path on your own?
Hey, Slayer.
No.
Alright, well,
There
while
we
you
go.
try and figure that out, let me place a beacon, that way you know where you have to go.
Slayer, I'm gonna co-opt your
Okay.
settler for a minute, okay?
Is it in the menu somehow?
When you open up the menu for the truck, there should be a bunch of options.
Acted coal. A much more efficient alternative for coal, used as fuel for vehicles and coal generators. Okay, so it's just...
Okay, so much more efficient, so it's just better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you hold down E Heavy, you should see start recording, right? What you want to do is start at the truck station at the quartz area, start recording a path, maneuver your way to the coal refuel station, or whatever I called it, coal refueling station. Then from there, we're going to want to have you maneuver the truck to a truck station waiting back at the home factory where it will be unloaded, and then you just want to retrace your steps going back with the recording still active. That said, we don't have a truck station back at the home factory, so
What's
Somebody
the button to
should
start
build
recording
one.
again?
it's not a button. You open the menu, hover over the option you want, and then release.
The button is...
How do I hover over that? Because the only thing I
It's a
see
spinny
related-
wheel. You hold V while on the truck and move your mouse around and it selects something. It's like the weapon menu in Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. Or the gun one, but depends. Let's see.
What do you mean other... Yes, Heavy. The gun menu in Grand Theft Auto can also be referred to as the weapons menu.
There's also, like, bats.
There's a what?
Like, bats. Is there a bat in GTA?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I called it the weapons menu. It's more than just the
That's
guns.
what I'm saying.
Why is this truck driving on its own? You don't have autopilot turned on. What the fuck? And there's no path for you to follow.
You just put so much power into it.
go. I have upgraded the steel plant just a little bit more.
You have...
Explorer's
Okay.
fucking chewing through this coal really fast. Like I even made special coal. It's using it really fast.
Yeah, the Explorer.
Do not
eats
do
through
the
fuel.
next thing on the hard drive. I would
Alright,
do
I'm
that,
at
and
the
we would
coal
figure out
place.
what we want.
Alright, so you want to stop there, and that creates a pause node, and then basically just drive towards me on the map.
Okay,
You got it? Good.
I think so.
Get it? Got it?
So, the pause recording or the finish?
No, neither. You just stop the truck moving, and that creates a node there, which tells it to pause in that location and get refueled.
Wait, what's our goal right now? What are we doing?
Well, you see, that would be
No idea.
a little bit easier if we knew what our fucking milestones were, but we don't have any selected at the moment. I think at the moment, though, we just
Yep,
we just
I'm
don't
working
have
on
enough
it.
factories producing enough stuff. So, like, I redid that iron line, so now we're getting rotors, but we're only producing, like, 4 rotors per minute. So I think, in general, we just need to, like, get more rotors manufactured, more modular frames manufactured. Basically, make more higher-level stuff per minute, I think, is what our current goal needs to be.
You know what? I'm gonna like look for another place I can put down a steel line.
Alright, where are you on the map?
Alright.
I'm right here.
Search.
You want it to come up to here where it will get unloaded at this truck station.
Okay.
Just look at the compass thing. Why are you spinning around so much? This is gonna be a horrendously bad truck path.
Probably.
Let's see here, I can...
Do I finish it now, or...?
No, you need to retrace your steps and go back. That way it knows to go back. I'm gonna delete a couple of these nodes out here in the middle of piss-ass nowhere.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, just
Holy
retrace your
shit.
steps, going back, stop at the coal refueling station, and then stop back at
The
the
conveyor belt
truck
Mark
station back
3
there
is
again.
so fast.
Yes,
Do
it
I
is.
Holy
Should I
shit.
wait for it to unload, or no?
No. You're marking a path right now. You don't need to wait for it to unload. It doesn't have power anyway, so it wouldn't unload even if it could. Well,
Like
it wouldn't unload because
I would wait there for like 2 seconds and that's it, because like it unloads really fast. But like you want to give it the
yeah,
time
but it didn't have
to
power, and
stay
he's
there
making
for
a
2 seconds.
path, so it doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying like for the recording, like so that it knows to stay there for a couple seconds and then move on instead of just jumping.
Yeah, he's already done that.
Where's this?
Do I want to go back to the refueling station, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
That was part of my instructions.
And where's iron? Wait, I think this stuff's on the beach. When I'm...
Yeah, I can keep the modular frame belt actually at Mark II because it only needs 1 modular frame per versatile framework.
Oh god
And
damn
those
it.
are already filled up at
Sponkold,
max.
you're gonna have to redo the path for your truck station for the Caterium wire.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Your path overlaps with the path for the truck station for the quartz stuff, which makes it unload into this one when the other one's full. So you need to redo the path and make it more precise.
Lori, I'm gonna tell you right
It's
now,
like
what
a
do you
straight
want
line.
in terms of hard drive analysis? We've got 3 other choices. I'm giving you the choice on it. We've got pure quartz crystal, iron.
What is
alloy
pure
ingots,
quartz
or
crystal?
iron-
What is pure
Um,
quartz crystal?
It takes
Pick one,
9
just
raw
pick one.
quartz and 5 water, and it makes 7 quartz crystals out of it.
That could
whereas
be
the
useful
normal-
in the future.
Yeah, because the normal one is just 5 quartz crystals equals 3 of the quartz crystal baskets.
That could be useful in the future. What are the
So
other options?
This would help us out somewhat. It would add 4 to it. But
What are the other
alloy
options?
Ingot is iron alloy ingot and iron wire. Iron alloy ingot is 2 iron and 2 copper to equal 5 iron ingots. Obviously the raw ones. Produced in a foundry, and the production rate is 50 per minute.
And then iron wire. Is it just wire made from iron?
And the third one is iron wire, and that's 5 iron ingots equals 9 wire.
Honestly, none of those sound particularly useful right now, so just pick a random.
Iron alloy ingot it is.
Alright.
Next hard drive being scanned. We've got 2 more of these bastards.
How many... Okay, I was
go
about
to.
to say, how many did you find?
I'm smoking my bong.
Of course you are.
Can't get in the Explorer.
So, I found 2 hard drives, and then Sponkold also had 2 on him, and he gave his to me. So I have 4 in total. Which I've
Goddamn.
already scanned 2. Yep, already scanned 2 of them. The compacted coal was the first one that Sponkold did. And then there's that one, so we got 2 more.
Impressive.
I know! It's crazy. It's almost like if we take a day off from the factory to go do whatever the fuck in the game world, we can actually discover things. Holy shit. Mind blowing.
Yeah, except I didn't really have much of an interest. I'm more interested in building factory.
I feel like if you were on the Oregon Trail way back during the Oregon Trail days, you would have been one of the people to stay in the carts or around the carts all the time and never leave and never go exploring for shit, and you would just do what you can at the
Yeah, that's how you survive the Oregon Trail.
Yeah. You have a group, and it's like, you go out and hunt and gather mushrooms that are not poisonous, and you guys stay back and make sure we don't die.
Like, I'm pretty sure the men just kind of had to be like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll go get food. Fine. Like, although, like, I feel like for the most part, they'd probably just try to stock up before going anywhere.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
even
once
then,
we're on the
like,
road,
even then, like, you gotta, you know, gather stuff eventually.
This iron, oh god.
It's taunting me.
I'm gonna make a ramp.
It's at I am at 386 versatile framework out of 500. Once I get all
Sponkold,
500 in
you
here,
need to
I'm
fix
launching
that
into
truck, like,
space.
now. It's causing a
I'm in a
problem where
different
quick
place.
wire is going where it's not supposed to be going. Where are you?
Well, where did you put your path? I already had mine down.
I put the truck station right next to the other truck station because this works well. But your truck, you've made your path so it loops around and goes into the path of this station. So it doesn't finish unloading completely. And then it loops into the direction of the other station and unloads into that one.
Alright, let me build this ramp.
But if, you know what,
I'm
let me
busy
just
at the
delete a
moment.
couple of nodes and see if that fixes it.
Like, you you can tell me to go and fucking do something, but I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Where are you?
I'm at the beach.
What the where? Why? Jesus,
I'm
man.
going to make a steel line. I'm doing things.
Why don't you improve the steel line that Slayer's already made, though, or use the coal nearby the hub?
Like, because there's a shit ton of steel stuff we need to make, and it's good to have more.
Alright,
slots.
but could you not just use the coal by the hub?
We're using that for coal power, are we not?
No, that power plant is completely and totally out of commission. We're using the one over by the cliff now. We had so many logistical disasters with that one. I just said, well, fuck it, we're decommissioning it, and we're just using coal from somewhere
I can
completely
do
different.
that then. I can do that then. It doesn't change the fact I'm on the beach right now.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, but still. that would have made more sense, but yeah, that initial coal factory is a disaster. Just flatten it.
Wait, are the generators still there? It's all just kind of like
it's like half
machinery.
disassembled.
It's all just kind of machinery mess. I'm not really paying attention to it most of the time.
Yeah, just eliminate my coal factory. It was a disaster.
That works a lot better than. This is also better iron closer. You don't have to like pull it out.
Yeah.
What's this one? Oh, this is screw line? Oh, is this the one Heavy made? I think it is.
Not sure. By the way, Sponkold, I should add the new design philosophy I've had for the lines is use smart splitters so that, like, you know, you need to make rods, well, you split the rods off and they go somewhere, you know, that. Don't, like, worry about that too much if you're building really far from base. But, like, we probably should have it set up that way so that, like, you know, you make steel and then, what is it, steel beams you have to make, those get pumped off, and then once beams is full, it gets diverted somewhere else, etc. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I've kind of, like, missed out on, like, a lot of the key lessons, I guess, like, on how to build shit, right? Because, like, you've been doing all of it.
Well, if you come look at the iron building I built, that'll kind of explain it. Are you, near the hub at the moment?
I'm at the hub.
Alright, I can come show you what I'm talking about if you have a second.
Yeah, sure.
Where are you? Oh. You were in Demon Shed. So, this new building over here, right? Which reminds me, plates is still offline. I need to get working on plates, but if you come in, Jesus, over here, and we go to the first floor, this is the basement. This is the first floor. You can see I'm making ingots that are going in and making rods, and over here there's a smart splitter. And this line here
like,
is hooked up to a storage container.
Like they don't all have to be making rods. Like they can all just like go towards the same lines to save space.
Well, yeah, but anyhow, this sends it off to storage, and then when storage is full, this conveyor belt backs up. Once it gets back to the smart splitter says it's full, and this is an overflow line. And if you go upstairs is making screws. And it's also making things that use both screws and rods. And I got the same thing happening where, okay, we're making screws while the screw line gets smart split to storage. Then when that fills up and backs up, the screws start going towards making rotors. Same with the rotor line, etc., etc. So basically, set up a line, make sure it goes into storage, then once storage is full, overflow into the next thing that needs to be made.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. You can kind of see it when you look at this, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. That
Okay,
way we don't have to have, like, this line is making only rods, and then this one's making only screws, because I thought that was, like, really inefficient use of our resources. It also just meant we had factories that were idling, and we weren't turning everything into, like, high-level stuff when we were going and dumping it in the Awesome Sink. Also, I think those nodes I deleted might have actually solved the problem. You had some nodes, so it would loop around this way to get back, which caused it to go through here.
We could always, like
we
split
could always
the
just
truck station a little bit. Like, put it farther away.
Yeah, we could
Or,
put it
like-
in a slightly
Like,
different
we could also,
area. We
like,
we
it
could
could be at a different
have
angle.
this one, like, straight up just further out if we wanted or something.
You know what we should do, actually? Like, there should be, like, a bigger, like, raised foundation for more space that we can actually make, like, a proper design of how to lay them out, like, with walls in between and all that.
That's not a bad
It
idea.
should
We
be
could
sitting
also
a little
just
bit more
do,
flat.
like, rather than walls, we could just have, like, this area is raised where this truck station is, and the next one isn't raised. Or something.
Yeah, like, I feel like the walls make it simpler, though. Like, 'cause they can
Honestly,
just scratch the wall a little bit.
because this is a bit of a haphazardly storage zone, at the moment, I don't think we're going to need more than, like, 2 truck stations over here, so I don't think we should worry about it for now. For now, we should just half-ass the solution. Because we'll probably have to redo the storage area later.
Yeah, we're starting
To
to
some
run out of
degree.
containers.
Yeah, so if we just half-ass a solution for now, that's good enough.
I'm waiting for my truck to come back.
Yeah, that takes forever, man.
Well, it's just because it's far away.
Yeah.
It's also not like a straight path.
I'm sending it.
It really can't be.
Also, I just realized it's called a truck station, even though the devices we use are called tractors.
I'm sending it up.
What are you sending up?
The space elevator. It's ready to go.
Wait, really? We actually have machines making all the stuff for the space elevator?
Well, I mean, I sort of just sped through it a little bit.
Bruh.
But
Don't do that.
we do have all the things necessary to make all the machines. All it would take is just for me to go back to the steel line and get those things set up.
Yes, which we should be doing, because we don't want to run into the situation we had in our first ever game where we weren't machine making stuff, and then we were confused because we didn't have stuff making things.
Oh, I have the machines out front of the shed making them right now, but
Yeah, but it should all be, like, automated. Anyhow, Heavy, how goes the quartz delivery truck? Is it delivering?
No, it is not.
Why is it not delivering? Did you not turn the autopilot on? When you
the
finished
autopilot is on.
when you finished recording, did you hit the finish recording button in the menu?
Yes, I did.
Well, why aren't I seeing the nodes then?
So
I don't
Get off the tractor.
The next one.
I think
we
it must have
needed
just cleared the
modular
nodes.
engine
Yeah,
and
it did, because
adaptive
it's making new
control.
nodes now that I'm on it.
Oh.
So the nodes got cleared. So I'm gonna clear the path, turn off the autopilot, and you can just do the path again.
All right, we've got tiers 5 and 6 now.
Great. Now let's build machines.
Try to make steel, man.
Do you want some help with the steel line? Because I think Heavy's got the quartz line on his own.
What do we want as our next milestone? Do you want oil processing, industrial manufacturing, alternative fluid transport, or the gas mask?
Gas mask would be the most useful thing. But at the moment, we really need to build a factory that makes steel stuff, because we aren't making enough steel stuff. We also aren't making iron plates and stuff anymore, but I'll get to that eventually.
This is very true. Also, we actually cannot do gas mask because we need rubber, so we need oil first.
Okay. So I guess just select
I'll just
that.
put
But
that
I think
there.
Heavy's got the
There we
quartz
go.
line on his own, and then Heavy, once you're done with quartz, do you want to work on the plates building?
Sure, but like, what else do I need to do with the quartz building?
You need to get that tractor's path properly set up, so
Okay, that's all. I
it
need to
cleared
do.
it cleared the path for some reason. So just drive from truck station at quartz to coal refuel station to truck station at base. Drive back to coal refuel truck station. Drive back to quartz building. Anyhow, Sponkold, would you like some assistance with the steel? Also, we have Miner Mark II now and Conveyor Belt Mark III, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Like, I need a bunch of steel stuff for that, though.
I have a bunch of steel on me, which is why I've offered to help, partly.
I'm just bringing in the truck.
Which truck station am I going to?
The one that Spunkold doesn't already have something going to. It's the one on the left, out of the 2 truck stations at the base. And remember, you have to pause at that coal station, otherwise nothing happens. It won't actually stop there. When I say pause, I don't mean menu pause, I mean like physically stop moving.
Right.
Where are you, Spunkold?
I'm like on the big bridge.
Oh, okay. I thought you were at,
So
like,
we're on the
Demon
line.
Steel Line or something because you were talking
Yeah.
about steel. Where are you going to be, I should ask?
Like over like toward the coal stuff for the original.
Okay, the at-base coal stuff. That copper building is staying because I want that to be working eventually, but I'll start just
Yeah.
demolishing the coal.
Okay. I need a bunch of steel stuff.
I don't know how that coal power plant we did back at base was such a fucking disaster.
Because we had to like deal with like everything else being in the way and all that.
Well, even without that, we had so many weird problems that just shouldn't have been a problem. It was annoying.
The mad dash for the water.
Yeah, the cliffside power plant is so much nicer.
Hey, why is there no coal going in the machines?
Yeah, what was with all the fucking problems we were having?
Like the trucks bringing the coal would just like spontaneously run out of coal. That was
Yeah, it was just a logistical nightmare.
Yeah. I'm bringing the truck back around. Return path.
Dude, I can't wait for the next update so we get, like, the soft clearance and stuff. Do you remember when they said it was releasing to the, early branch?
I did not check.
I did, I just forgot. I think it was, like, October. We are switching over to early despite it being unstable the second it's available, by the way.
Oh god.
Fuck you if you don't like it.
Why is my truck like turning when it hits a bump? Like it's a
I don't know.
completely flat bump. But like it ends up turning.
Ooh, industrial storage container now has 2 input and 2 output, unlike before where it was still 1 input and 1 output.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, truck's coming back around.
Round.
Like what I did for the truck station this time was like I just had it like you know like wheel in and then like back out. That's what I did.
I think it still loops itself around rather than backing out. It doesn't save those motions, but honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as you have it so it's like further away, like its entry point is slightly further away than it was before, it should be all good.
I think the hitboxes for truck stations are fucking massive.
Oh yeah, they
Like,
are.
like,
But the
that's why
problem
that's why
was,
the walls are
it was
nice.
looping around and like, you know.
Yeah, like that's why it's nice to have walls so that it doesn't like walk into the other one.
Or you can just be better.
Yeah.
Be better with truck station.
Like you really should have walls, honestly.
You know, Sponkold, for some reason, you're the one who always complains that the truck stations have all these logistical issues, but I, like, never have those problems with them when I set them up, so maybe it's just, like, a client issue, somewhat.
No, like the walls are nice so that like they don't butt into the other ones. Like just to ensure it. And like also it's neater.
True.
Like you know where the trucks are gonna be and all that.
I guess it's also that, like, I also just don't particularly like the aesthetic of just having fucking walls everywhere. I prefer to do, like, distant them from each other or layer them. Good night.
Because like if we have the walls next to them, like we don't have to we don't even have to distance
Yeah,
them
that
as
is
much.
true. Well, even then, I think it's also just, you know, I would prefer a different design to just walls.
Oh, and now there's Caterium in my there's quartz in my Caterium and my Caterium station.
What? Oh, god
There's
damn
quartz
it.
in my ass.
You know what? Let's just not worry about it at the moment. Let's do steel, and then I'll just, like, off camera, just raise one of the truck stations up or something. That's probably the best solution.
I'm gonna keep my truck's path because it worked. It didn't like butt into your Katerian path, but I'm gonna move the truck station a little bit farther back.
All right. I'll
Okay.
I'll just fuck with it off camera during the week before next stream
Yeah, if it works.
and iron out the kinks.
Yeah, you said the funny word. How did we devolve back into pee pee poo poo?
It is inevitable.
I think humor just goes around in a
that-
cycle.
Pure
and
copper
people,
ingot or fine concrete.
what's fine concrete?
Oh no, I have all the.
It is 3 silica and 12 limestone to equal 10 concrete, and that's 25 per minute in the assembler.
All right, and then what was the other thing you said? Copper, something.
Yeah, pure copper ingot, because the other one is one we've already seen.
Pure copper ingot is what?
Pure copper ingot is 6 copper ore and 4 water equals 15 copper ingots.
That sounds like it's probably
As
the
it-
most useful one.
Alrighty then. And
If there's a
last
water
hard drive
source near an
scan.
area where we're mining copper, that might be a good idea. Heavy, did you complete that truck station path?
Yes, it is moving automatically.
Slayer, would you like to assist Heavy?
What?
I said
would you
it's
like to
moving
assist-
automatically now.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
you're going to be doing the iron plates building, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Slayer, do you want to assist Heavy with that?
The iron plates building?
Has an
Yeah.
invalid shape. No, it doesn't.
You know what? I would under normal circumstances, but I'm gonna be smart today, and I'm gonna go over to the line and start getting more versatile framework and other shit built.
You know what? That's
We don't
not a
need more
terrible
versatile
idea,
framework.
making your steel line more efficient.
Slayer, we don't need more versatile
Yeah.
frameworks.
That's 10 points for thinking.
That's what you
be a
think.
smart-
So we
Allow
actually
me to
don't.
introduce you. No, allow me to introduce you to later on in the future, where we're going to need 2,500 of them.
The question is, do we need it right now, though?
No, but it would be nice to
One
have
time.
the influx
Like,
of them
is
now,
it
so
for-
that we don't
is
have to
for
worry
the
about it
space
later.
elevator?
Either way,
Well,
not
that
a
also-
terrible idea to just be producing more high-level things.
Is it for the space
None of
elevator?
that. I mean, yeah, but I mean the other shit we don't even have that unlocked yet. I'm not even focusing on that shit.
Like, we just have like one
The only
machine.
reason
and,
to bring it up
like, two
is
storage
that
containers to make all
we're going to need some extra steel stuff made up in here. Real
It's not a terrible idea to just make a production line more efficient and just have it making stuff, so that's fine. Heavy work on the plates building. Heavy, do you know about how I've been using the smart splitters in the buildings, right?
No.
So before, what we used to do, we used to say, we need iron plates, and we'd make a line that produced iron plates.
Where's the building I'm supposed to go to?
It's not built yet. It's the one that I tasked you with demolishing many an episode ago.
That I
Next
never
to the
did.
one that I made this. Yes, you did.
Oh, I did. Okay.
I was making screws at the screw building. Right next to it was the area that was already making plates, which we demolished to make better.
Okay.
It's the big elevated platform next to the screw building, anyhow. What I'm doing with the smart splitters, right? We need plates to get made. So, you make a line that makes plates. But, if you need, like, the advanced iron plate, right? It doesn't make sense to make another line producing more plates when you already have a line producing perfectly good plates. So what you do is use a smart splitter. The smart splitter will send all your iron plates into a storage container, right? And then, when that storage container is full, the conveyor belt will back up, back to the smart splitter,
Shit
and the smart
happens.
splitter will have an overflow set for those plates to go somewhere else. So rather than make another line to make more plates, you just redirect those plates once the plate storage is full. Got it? Sponkold, where are you?
I'm at the truck station.
Why have you been there? I thought you were headed back,
I was like making
here.
a conveyor belt.
At the elevated platform somewhere. There's too many elevated platforms.
Next to the giant-ass screw building that I was working on. The one with all of the screws coming out of it, that on the top has routers coming out of it.
They're rotors.
Yes.
They're called rotors.
That also has rods coming out of it. And has a basement. Literally the most... There's like 4 buildings, right? There's one building that has an elevated platform next to it.
Ooh. That's...
Is it the awesome
Space
sync one?
beneath the ball.
No.
Because technically that's elevated too. Unless it's all the way down on the other end. This is around the time my brain likes to shut down, and I become...
I don't think it's ever functional. You literally just ran over it. Right here. This is the area that should be producing plates. I don't know who's doing that in the copper building. But yeah, no,
You're
this
not
area should be
misclicking,
producing plates. I'm
I'll
going to
be right
replace
back.
this with a miner Mark II.
I just want to talk.
I can't afford it because I'm all out of those weird concrete bags. Slayer, what's the name of those weird concrete bags?
Cookie flipper. So you want to go then? You want to get?
Just want to talk.
You want to go then? We need to talk.
Eh?
Yes.
That took you forever to respond to that question I asked, but okay. And you responded with an eh of all things.
Unnecessary projectile. Penalty 15 yards.
My audio decides that every now and again it would love to just, not let
I
me
think
hear
that's
anything
internet,
from
but
you
alright.
guys.
Slayer, what are those
So, though-
weird white brick stack items called?
The weird white bricks? Silica.
No, I don't mean that. It's like... Oh, God. Oh, encased industrial beam. That's what I was talking about. I just found it in the settings
mean
because I needed
frames?
some of those. No, encased industrial beam.
Ah, encased industrial beams. Oh, okay, yeah. I have a machine
They
out
look like
front.
white bricks.
Yeah, I have a machine in front of the shed making them right now. Actually,
Okay. That's where I
it
can go if
is
I need
limited
some,
though.
then. Thank you.
It is going to run out of materials to make them. Just letting you know
Well,
that it's
yeah,
not an
I've
infinite one.
noticed.
It's just temporary.
It's not.
But if
It's
you
not
need
like
some,
a
there's some
properly
being
set
made.
up thing. But yeah, I can go nab a couple if I need them, which I'm gonna need several, actually.
I'm going to need to make a merger for the iron.
Sponkold, what are you doing?
Or a splitter, I mean. I'm going to need to make a splitter for that iron.
Sponkold?
Alright.
Sponkold. Is Sponkold alive?
Oh, there was a ramp. It's just the other way.
Sponkold, are you here?
Conveyor splitter.
Is Sponkold moving in game?
I don't know.
Oh, he is. Sponkold, you're not speaking.
That's because I'm not speaking.
Okay, well that would have been nice to know.
My brother was telling me about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh. I was thinking like your
How
internet
he's-
had
how
died
he's-
or something.
Like he's gonna find the killer. I was moving
So
forward.
after this disassembly, I'm gonna go get encased industrial beam from the hub. That way we can use Mark II miners here.
I need encased in. Oh shit, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you need them for Mark II miners. We need to get a machine set up to do that, but you need steel to do that. So maybe we should maybe we should focus on
Actually, start
outputting
finishing.
some encased industrial beam over here.
Do I have stuff for my explorer on me?
No,
Because I kind of
Demon.
want to just use an explorer.
Yes.
Your more permanent steel line, what is it focused on making?
I'm going to be working on versatile framework because we're definitely going to need more of those in the future. Just
Okay.
a side machine for them, obviously.
And okay, so
And
your
I
line
don't know
is
really
focused
what
on
else.
versatile framework right now.
I mean, what else? What other steel like products do you guys need?
Well, encased industrial beam, but we'll work
I do
on
not
that
have
over here.
concrete this far out here.
Okay, so Spunkold, we should focus
Never mind.
on
I
some-
eat my words. There was literally limestone right over here. Never mind. Hold on.
Well, don't worry about it. We'll work on encased industrial beam
I
over here, I
do
guess.
what I do best.
Ooh, vents.
Which is nothing,
Don't
but
waste
okay.
your time.
So, Spunkold, we should focus on steel pipe and, if we can, encased industrial beam.
Yeah. I'm getting some shit from home.
Because steel
Are you
ingot makes steel
fucking kidding
beam.
me?
Steel beam is used in buildings, so once we get steel beams producing, we want to have those,
Slayer,
auto split away.
why did you fill up a little chest with like 2,000 modular frames?
Shut the fuck up.
That's not an answer.
Oh, Spunkold, are you back at the hub?
Is Slayer making encased industrial beams? Or...
Yes, there's a thing in front of his house making it.
really?
Also, if you have an explosive, you might want to bring it over. There's a boulder that needs to be explodinated near here with a purple power slug behind it.
Did you just say explodinated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm proud of that.
Okay.
I'm so far.
So Spunkold, should I search for limestone nearby?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't
Here's
know-
limestone. It's like 170
Limestone.
meters away over a cliff. It is a pure limestone node, so we'll be producing actually a pretty decent amount of limestone. However, there's only one node, so
Nice.
we're not going to be able to make only encased industrial beam over here, but that was to be expected. Where's our
Also
nearest
node?
iron node to this?
Shit, like, we actually should have some coal at home, now that I really think about it.
For what?
Like, for when we need to make explosives, for example.
Oh, true, true.
So, I'll just make an equipment workshop out there. And I have encased industrial beams, so I'll head back on over.
Alright, bring, like, how much is in a stack?
100.
Yeah,
Six
that's
for-
going to be more
six
than
would be
enough, because
more
we
than
only
eight.
need, like, 6 miners, I think.
Yeah. 6. Oh,
We're only going to need, like, 6
How many
miners
colonies are
max.
well, they also do need to power themselves. We should have like a dedicated node.
Should we, or should we just hook it up to the main?
I mean, this could be using a lot of power.
That is true.
Like that, like an amount that we fit on the main grid.
I suppose we can build it, not hook it up to the grid, and the next stream we could... Well, Alexa, what time is it? Yeah, we can do a rough build of this, and then we can go expand the power plant to be even bigger.
Is the nearest water on the beach?
Probably do... Oh, shit, we are gonna need water.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about the water too much, because we got the iron, we got the limestone, and we got the coal. Are you gonna be able to make an explosive and nuke this thing?
Yeah, I'll mine some coal.
I'm gonna put down an industrial storage container to just dump random shit from my inventory into.
I might have to do that too, yeah. Alright,
Can you give me some... Well, actually, no, we're not gonna worry about it. We'll build the foundation first, and then worry about that later.
alright.
I'll start with the foundation.
Where's the boulder?
Right here.
Ah, I see.
Right there.
It looks really small.
Yeah, blow it up.
Maybe there's something behind. Oh, there's a slug behind it.
Yes, there is.
Alright, let me get my blower up. 4.
4? What?
Timber. I fucked up.
You
Gotta
idiot.
Charge it. 4.
That's me.
Boom, baby.
It was my bomb.
True.
My bomb.
You can take it.
Alright.
Alrighty.
So we'll start off
So-
foundations.
I guess we just start at the highest point.
Like if we're
'Cause
gonna
did you
if
see
we're
what I
gonna
do?
Like if we're gonna be yanking water from like the ocean over there, there's coal there too. So
There it is.
that can just be its own dedicated thing. So all these coal we can use.
Oh no, what have I done?
I suppose we could make a power plant just for this steel line over there.
Yeah.
Either way. So what I'm thinking is we
Look at
start.
like a summary of how much it costs over there.
Okay, well, Spunkle, I'm thinking for the foundation. Do you see this one up here? We start up here.
Yeah.
And did you
Make
see
like
what I
a
did in the
ramp.
copper building? Where the
not sure.
miner is recessed into the foundation as much as possible. So we start like up here, and then when we're over like this, we have the foundation slope down for the miner. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, here, let me build an example.
Yeah.
So, right, we have foundation up here, right? You know, we have a miner on this node. Then we go over like this way, right? And, oh, we need a miner to go on that node. So we do... I just realized I spent all this time customizing my hotbar and I haven't been using it. And then we do like this. And we have it dip down just over the node and then go back up.
Oh, okay. So like you just keep the miner down.
Yeah, like we stick the miner in an indent.
Okay. Yeah, that works. That works. Do that.
I did it on the iron and the copper line, and I thought it worked pretty well.
Alright.
Can you drop the encased industrial beam so I can stick a Mark II miner down on this already?
Yeah, I'll give you 50 of them. Okay.
That way I can start playing with the numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
This is normal coal. Pulls out 120 per minute. What's the maximum rate for Mark III conveyor belt? 270. Which is a stupid number, but whatever. Oh. 270. So, 225% clock speed will get us 270 coal per minute out of a Mark II miner.
Nice.
On top of
We can't even
a normal
extract that
coal
yet.
node. No, we can do that. Mark III conveyor
Wait,
belt.
how much? Is it 270?
Yeah, Mark III conveyor belt's 270.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's cool. Cool.
But anyhow, yeah, I'm thinking we dip like here, not like over there. Basically, we have the foundation at the highest point everywhere we can, but only dip it to get to the coal node rather than like this. We don't have to. We can do this way if you think it's better.
We should also... I mean, like, we're gonna be... here, we're pretty much just gonna be pulling out the coal. Like, we're gonna be pulling out iron, and then we're gonna be pulling out coal. And then, like, yes, the actual, like, line should be, like, right here. On these rocks.
What if we did the building here, and we just have like all the stuff being brought in on the first floor, and then the second floor is where the production actually begins?
Yeah, that works. That works.
All right, let's do that then.
First floor. Yeah,
So how do we want to? Do we want to do it your method, or do we want to do it my method for foundation? Because my method is literally just dip down only where needed to get to the vein or the node.
well,
But it
if
seems
we're
like
gonna
you
be
want to
doing
go
multiple
more so
floors,
with the
like,
landscape.
Might as well.
All
Like,
right.
if we're gonna do it multiple floors, it might be better to just like do the dip, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
And
Minor
since this is
Mark
already here, like it's already aligned with that. Don't have to like pull it over again.
yeah, we don't.
I don't have
So
modular
this-
frames. Wait, yes I do. Wait, what am I
I've
missing?
got some on me if you need some.
No, that just wasn't. No, it said I didn't have modular frames, but I do. That was
That's
weird. So I just need the miners. Need the equipment right here.
I need to make pipe. I'm out of steel pipe.
While you work on the foundation, I'm gonna heat up some chicken. I'm really hungry.
Is it KFC?
I was just...
Oh god,
that
I
was
don't have
no.
steel ingot.
That door needs some WD-40.
Have you guys seen the guy who plugs his microphone into the walls
Wait,
like
wait till
power
you hear my
outlet and it
share.
explodes?
Really?
Have you seen that video yet?
No. You can
He
send it
goes,
to
I'm gonna talk to the power, and he plugs in his microphone and just goes, I can't pay no electric bill, and then it explodes.
me. Can you send me that, please? When you
Can't
can.
pay no electric bill.
I'm sure there's some sort of musical remix on that.
Somebody for sure has done that.
Oh yeah. If not, then people who watching, whoever is out there, please do it.
There is one viewer according to OBS, which I think might just be like a Twitch thing where it just kind of automatically slaps viewers on, or maybe it's just somebody AFK watching, or somebody on Twitter. I live stream to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at once.
Is YouTube not working again?
No, YouTube's working fine.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh no. This is no. No.
Spit it out. Come on.
Are you having a bad time?
Why does this have to be so difficult?
Why is what difficult?
If I want to make any of the steel byproducts, I have to make basically an entire miniature iron factory over here.
Yes, that is how the game works. Congratulations,
I don't
you learned
like
the video
this.
game. Congratulations,
Ah.
you've learned how the video game works, you fucking child. Well, maybe you should have planned on needing a lot of space.
God, I can't tell where anything is anymore.
What do you mean?
Come over here and you'll find out.
I don't want to.
I've got lines going every which way, some doubling back on themselves, it's all kinds of chaos.
Maybe you should organize it.
That will require me to undo most of what I built and start again.
That
Maybe you
sounds
should
like
have
a you
organized
problem.
it from the beginning. Also, yeah, that does sound like a you problem. Let me find the I can't pay no electric bill vid real quick, by the way. I'm gonna talk to the power.
How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do
And the USB cord is plugged to my microphone. I'm gonna talk to the power.
I put it in memes heavy.
I can't pay electric bill.
There's a great meme. I'm gonna show it.
Okay, there's really only one way of solving this.
And the USB cord is plugged to my microphone. I'm gonna talk to the power.
Oh boy, here we go.
I can't pay electric bill.
Oh my gosh.
I think the explosion might have been faked, but that's still hilarious.
Yeah. Wait, is
Like-
that the guy who like hurts himself with all the technology?
No, that is not, Electro Boom.
Okay.
Electro Boom,
Usually shows his face, right?
yeah, also,
Unless that was
very,
a short.
very different voice.
Okay, I thought it was a similar guy.
No, Mehdi is, from the Middle East. That guy, I think, is just black.
Yeah, Electro Boom sounds
Just
very,
fine.
very not American.
Yeah, that guy from the I can't pay electric bill meme is very much not Electro
He
Boom.
sound- Yeah.
I mean, Electro Boom is Canadian, but he lives in Canada, but he also sounds very not Canadian.
He doesn't sound very nice.
Yeah, Electro Boom does sound a little angry, but I think that's just because he's a little shouty, because that's his brand.
Yeah,
His name has boom in it.
that wasn't the joke, but okay.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a joke. I thought you were complaining.
It was a Canadian joke. Hardy har har.
We're
You
American.
sound depressed.
I am tired. Shut up.
Yeah, but you sound depressed,
We
not
can be
tired.
both.
Well,
Typically,
it's
depression will
hard to
make
contain
you
your
tired.
emotions when you're tired.
That is funny in the most screwed up way. What clearance is this encroaching, my ass?
You would know if it was encroaching that.
You know what's weird is like when I get more tired, like I can imagine things better.
I mean, not
Like,
even
that is
focus
kinda
on
weird.
these.
Like when I'm like 24 hours without rest, like I can pretty realistically picture like some movie monster or some shit like out of the corner of my eye. Not like I'm actually seeing it, of course, but like my mind's eye, I guess, gets a lot better when I'm really tired.
I just get really fucking stupid when I'm tired.
You must be tired all the time, then.
Nah, I think Demon is.
Damon, what's your stupid power? What makes you
What?
stupid? We're just talking about what makes us tired. No. What's your tired power?
Like
Not
when I'm tired, I get really stupid.
Are you okay?
But when Spunkold gets tired, his imagination gets really good.
When I get tired, I fall asleep in my chair.
I'm also most productive when I'm really tired.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you sleep if you're tired.
Like when I've like been awake for a long time, I have a tendency to like manically do something productive.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Can I borrow some of that?
Do this. How am I going to do this?
No, you're not
How am I
allowed.
going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this?
You can borrow my depression.
Uh,
It'll keep you in bed for quite some time.
No thanks. I like to get out of bed as soon as possible.
I hate sleeping. As much as I do it, I hate it. I want to be awake.
Really? Honestly, I need to sleep like 9-10 hours to feel well rested, but I would totally love to like need like 20 hours of sleep.
I mean, like it feels nice like when I'm asleep and like when I'm actually tired, but like I don't like staying in bed all day. I really hate it.
I don't like it because I feel like I'm, just kind of wasting away is the best way to put
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. I want to be
But
doing
the experience
even
isn't
if doing something
necessarily
is
not
fine.
enjoyable. Like, if I'm having a day off where there's nothing to do and I just lay in bed all day, I'm fine with it. I'm like, yeah, this is alright.
I need to engage myself with something. I don't like to sit there. Maybe if it if my internet was dead or something, I might just read a book.
Reading
Honestly,
books is usually what puts me to sleep.
days off from work. Turn off the Alexa.
I mean, like
My brain stopped working. Sorry, turn off the
also,
Echo.
like, when I'm
Let it play NPR and just listen to NPR for like 3 hours before I get out of bed.
Yeah, like here's the thing: is that like I can't just relax in bed because like if I get in my bed, my brain is conditioned to be like, oh, you're in bed. That means sleep. That means
that's good actually. You don't want the opposite. I do stuff in bed that you shouldn't do in bed, which has led my brain to be like, you're in bed, therefore you're supposed to do all these things that aren't sleep in bed. So that's actually a good thing
mornings,
that you fall asleep in bed.
Occasional mornings, I'll be like looking at my phone for like 2 hours, and then before it's too late. I don't know. Like I'll realize, oh shit, I've been in bed for 2 hours. I looked at the clock when it was 2 p.m. Now it's 5 p.m. That's 3 hours.
I've had that stuff happen before, where you do something and only feels like you're spending a little bit of time on it, but then you look at the clock and you're like, what the fuck? Like at one point, I shut off my alarm and I was like, I'm gonna get out of bed. I just need a minute to wake up. And then I looked at the clock and I was like, how is it 2? My alarm goes off at 9. But like I don't think I fell back asleep. It doesn't feel like I fell back asleep. It feels like I've been awake. It's weird.
Like, I passed out for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and
from exhaustion or like you got smacked in the head.
I was awake so long. I had barely drank anything. I'd only had like a couple coffees that day. Like it had been like 12 hours since I'd last eaten. Basically, I just killed myself. So I stood up from sitting down for a long time, and then I just passed out. Like, I'm lucky I landed on my bed, but, like, I just went to weigh myself, as I do when I have it, and I passed out. But everyone's like, oh, that must have been so scary, like, oh, that must have been so scary. No, it was kind of just, it was kind of funny. I just, I was going to weigh myself, and then, 2 seconds later, I woke up in my bed, and I was like, I hit my head in my sleep. Fucking.
Wait, how did you get back to bed?
I was going. My scale is right next to my bed.
Oh, I thought you were in the bathroom.
I don't have a bed frame.
Because I did at one point. I had a sleepover with some friends, right? And we stayed up all fucking night, just straight up all night stayed up. And I returned home. I was real tired. And I remember falling asleep in the car, but then I woke up in bed, and I was like... I came out, I was like, did you guys carry me in from the car? Because this was when I was young enough that was still feasible. And they were like, no, you got up and walked into your room and fell asleep. I was just so tired that I woke up, walked to my room, went back to bed, and my brain was just like, I am too tired to remember this.
Yeah, I've done the same thing before.
Even though you just did it.
Anyhow, Sponkold, do you have pipes on you? Because I do not have
not without
pipes.
Hitting the wall first.
I do not have pipes to make more Mark II miners, unfortunately.
My fingers are covered in jelly.
I need help.
I thought you were making
the Steel
chicken.
Factory.
I made a sandwich instead.
I bit off more than I could chew with this factory here.
What have you done?
Help.
You needed steel pipes.
I've basically deconstructed it all. I've deconstructed all of it.
Did you need steel pipes?
Yeah, in order to make more miners, I'll need steel pipes. Thank you.
You can come over here to the steel factory. The bins are still up and they have the steel pipes. What would be very helpful, actually, is if someone could come by and just drain all the bins of their things. Like all the storage containers, that way I can properly get to work on this. Because this is already a pain in my ass. Now I have to re-envision all of it. I have to make a separate iron factory making other iron shit going a completely opposite direction. I have another fucking limestone one making concrete all the way over there. I've got all these different things over here and I have to somehow combine them all.
Hey Slayer, guess who was doing that?
It was not processed and meant for this.
Hey Slayer, guess who has been doing all of that every single time we've been streaming this game?
Hey, guess who's smart enough to do it every single time we stream this game? You! Holy shit! What luck.
My point is, you're going, oh, I have to play the game. Either way, somebody can probably assist you with that. Heavy, how are you doing on the iron building?
Yeah.
I hate existence. It hurts me. It's painful.
What he said.
Anyhow, if he just needs containers drained, do you want to break from the plate building and go drain his containers?
Sure, because I need to think about how to map the inside so that everything can flow to a storage.
Yeah.
I also am congested, so that probably might be why I sound quote-unquote depressed.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna work on the iron mining out here, Sponkold?
Yeah. I mean, like, we're just gonna pull them, like, over to the main building anyway. So
Basically.
pretty simple. Like, you don't care if they're just on the node, do you?
Yeah, that's fine. If we're gonna build like a building, buy a node, incorporate it, you know, into the node and or incorporate the node into the building. But like for that being transported a short distance over here, that's totally fine.
I have like a neat bear pack. Like, we're gonna be pulling out a bit of iron, so I was thinking like I could put them into a storage container, but the amount we're gonna be pulling out, we can't.
It is
ship
nowhere near the coal,
Okay.
so yeah, don't.
I'm
don't
using
even-
more brain cells than I ever thought I had.
Good for you.
Good.
So you're using 3?
Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe a third one decided to pop out and they decided, hey, let's all have a fucking circle
Threesome.
jerk.
Okay.
Am I the only person here who likes using my head?
God, double digits. Is there just one iron node
I
here?
would
Or
love
there's
to
another-
use my head
Unfortunately.
physically more than I do mentally.
Is this iron or copper? Oh, this is copper.
That's copper. Oh, geez, it's already at 240 per minute. Well, this is a nice
For
node.
some of the steel shit, like we need copper anyway.
Oh, do we?
Like for stators, we need copper. So like we're not just doing industrial beams, so we could like also do motors, stators and
True,
motors.
true.
Motors are made for stators.
Wait,
so, like,
is this a
overflow,
Mark
like,
1 or a
Oh
Mark
my
2?
god.
Okay, this is a Mark II. I thought that might have been a Mark 1 for a second.
Where's the nearest?
I
hole?
think I know what would have made this game 10 times easier. If we had an overhead view, like some sort of drone we could send up and then have like a little camera
Sponkold
box
has
in the
brought
bottom so we
this
can know
up
how to
on
build
many
something
an
up in the air
occasion.
and know
I've
how to
said
lay
that
it
in
out.
like. I've said
Sponkold
that in,
has
like,
brought this
every
up on many an occasion. In most sessions we've done, he's been like, gee, an overhead view would make this easy.
Like, I said it in, like, every session, and then, like, immediately followed by, actually, that would have ruined the entire game. That would be like going no clip in Gmod. Like,
Yeah.
once you can just go anywhere, there's no difficulty to anything.
Well, I would have figured
Like-
that like maybe the
Build-
drone would have had like limited range.
Like, build cam is nice for, like, No Man's Sky, or, like, for, like, Fallout or something. There isn't build cam in Fallout 4. It would be nice if there was, but... Like, it's nice for those because, like, the places you can build are limited to a specific range.
Yeah.
But, like, in Satisfactory, you can build anywhere. The entire world is established.
It would just destroy the game if you just had build cam.
Yeah.
If this game had a creative mode functioning like the Minecraft creative mode, that would be nice. And the devs did say that, like, yeah, we want to do that eventually, but
I
at
thought there
first
was a
we
creative
didn't want to do that. No, there's not. The devs
So-
have access
It
to
didn't
it for their
work out
own
for-
stuff, but they haven't released it to the public
Minecraft-
because they
Creative cam.
didn't want people to be just building things in creative mode because it was easier and not get feedback on the survival.
Yeah.
Because, like, if this had a creative mode, I'm going to be honest, we probably would have done a whole season just in creative mode.
All
I
right,
don't.
what about
I
what
can't really
about
say that I
this?
would have stayed around because I like to get things done.
Oh yeah, but like we would have done like a good like
Layer.
5 episodes of just creative mode stuff fucking around, and then
Okay, what
probably
if-
quit for a couple updates.
What if we, or no, wait. What if, for like a different thing for that whole drone idea to make it work? What if it can only take still pictures instead, and you can only take one picture at a time, and if you took a new one, it changed it. So you had to
Okay,
go
so
up there
like-
each,
so like-
each time.
So like
That would just
you
be a
have a
different
drone item that you can send up, and it takes an overhead picture of what
Like,
you're
I
doing.
guess that would work for like scouting an area, but it wouldn't really help with building.
It
Yeah,
would actually help a building because then you could have the
wouldn't
layout
help
of the
with placing.
area.
It wouldn't help with placing.
You know what I just
it
realized? You know what I just
But it would help with picking
realized?
a spot.
You know what I just
Take
realized?
the picture, put it into
oh my
Windows
God.
Paint.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Look under where is it? Where is the building? Look under organization and look at look near the bottom. There's a thing called a lookout tower, which is basically giving you a somewhat overhead view.
That is
I
a point.
just
I
realized
forgot
that,
about that.
that's basically what this is for.
Yeah,
That's exactly what this is for. Holy shit.
probably good for climbing too. But then you can only make one.
Yeah. Well, we do have ladders now. I unlocked the ladders.
Oh, just straight up ladders?
Yeah.
Actually
look,
better.
I built
Oh my god! I
Oh,
can.
wait, you can just put those anywhere.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I built one in a rock and now I can't see it or be.
Oh, okay, this works out a lot
Like,
better
the
now. I
things
can
are
plan
snapping
it out.
So
Okay.
it's there forever, and
so
if
how do I
anyone
wanna
wants
do
to
this?
snap a ladder here, they're gonna be forced to build in the rock.
All right. So, how much iron? We're gonna get 270 from there. Is there? Where's the next nearest iron node?
Over here behind the swamp.
Are you sure?
How would it be better done
Oh,
for
yeah, it
you
is.
guys? How do you do this better? Do you just have one machine making all the all the things that we need, and then it splits it out to other lines, or do you make multiple lines? That's the thing.
I think
What
it's
I
better,
do.
I think personally, I think it's better to like actually have things producing.
What I
like,
do,
on
right?
multiple spots instead of
Slayer.
just splitting
Slayer. So
too thin.
you need rods to make screws. So what I do, I have a line that makes rods, and then once that line's storage container fills up, it redirects to get turned into screws. But if I were to need more screws for something, I would make another line that produces rods that just immediately gets turned into screws, because I don't need a second storage container full of screws. Get it?
I kind of do, yeah.
We need screws to be in storage because we need screws to build, but there's no point in having multiple lines that are making screws both send screws off to storage, at least not at this time. Maybe in the future, but at the moment, it's not worth.
Also, like once it's in storage, like the main storage, we can't really pipe those back to anything. So
Well, that's why once it fills up, it backs up, and then a smart splitter overflows it to another line.
yeah. I feel like did we get the question right?
I think we didn't. I think we have not answered his question at all.
I think the only way I can see this working, because remember, this is steel and iron. I have to make an offshoot iron factory of this. So I
that's
think,
true. So you'd have to like split up the iron line.
So yeah,
honestly,
I think what I'm gonna do.
you just have to do a bunch of math, and figure out how much iron you need for the steel, and then send the rest of it into making iron stuff based on how much you would need for the iron stuff, etc., etc.
Smart splitters. Yeah. Okay. I think if I send it, what, 40, 60? 40 in terms of the
Well, you need a different
steel,
splitter in order to
and then
set
60 in terms of
send
the iron.
certain
I can
amount.
get tons more iron bit.
It's all complicated.
Because I don't know how smart splitters work. I've never actually looked into them.
The smart splitter, you can set a specific item to go in a specific direction. That's it.
And there's also like an option for like which ones are overflow, right?
Yeah. So what I have set up is it outputs, like for the screw line, it outputs all rods to one output. But then when that output backs up, because there's only so much space and storage, it gets back to the smart splitter. The smart splitter goes, oh shit, I can't send stuff that way anymore. So I set another output to overflow, and that overflow output sends it up to the line to turn the rods into screws. I think we broke him.
Rest in peace, Slayer. Will be remembered.
I'm trying to process. I am too dumb.
What do you mean he'll be remembered? I already forgot him.
Who?
Just like that one famous phrase from that one Cheers episode, I'm too stupid to live.
This tractor doesn't even have nodes, but it's still autopiloting. Your nodes are gone.
There's just one node on the other side of the world.
The tractor is not making noises. Oh, there we go. Never mind, it's not. Anyhow, Sponkold, I am going to start transporting the contents of these containers over to just dump into the awesome sink, because there's just shit that we've had to store from destroying the building. I guess you're going to start on the, you're going to start on moving the iron over here?
We can't move it over. Well, we can't move it yet. There's no power, but...
Oh, true. But do you want to start on the logistics of that?
I'm working on, yeah.
Okay. Are you going to move it with trucks, or...?
Just belts. It's just too much to deal with.
That second one is a little far away for belts, but I think hooking that up with trucks would be a little complicated. Then again, we probably have spare coal because of how much coal we have here, so we could always fuck with it later. Wait, why am I going in this direction? I'm stupid.
Ooh, I'm gonna need a lot of splitters.
Slayer, you can figure it out. It's just some math.
Meth?
It's just meth.
Math was my worst subject, so,
Slayer. Need to cook.
I need another container to dump stuff into just so I can have a free inventory
to
for this
watch Breaking
transport
Bad.
crap. Okay.
Is what you need.
I don't have much interest in Breaking Bad.
You don't think that. I was forced to watch it. I didn't seek it out. I was just told, we're watching Breaking Bad now, and I was like, okay.
I would have been like, see ya.
Guess we're watching Breaking Bad now. And I loved it. Because it's like it's on TV, and somehow it's actually really good.
I mean, it's probably good, but like, I just don't care.
I have to try this.
Someday you will care.
Oh, we can make rods out of steel. That's an alternate recipe.
Why is this matter overclocked? Oh, is that to get 270?
Ooh, solid steel ingot. Just iron and just coal makes steel. No water necessary.
Wait, what?
I think I'm gonna pick that recipe.
Wait, we need water for the foundries? I didn't even know that.
Wait a minute, do we not? Hold on, what's the recipe for steel? Oh, 3 iron and 3 coal makes 3 steel, but this recipe is literally 2 iron and 2 coal making 3 steel. This is literally just free efficiency. Hell yeah. We're unlocking that. It's just cheaper steel.
Nice.
Slayer, I just unlocked a recipe which is steel but cheaper. Instead of 3 iron and 3 coal making 3 steel, 2 iron and 2 coal makes 3 steel. You're welcome.
Well, that definitely speeds up the process.
It also
Is it
allows you to
something
make
about water
more
before?
steel per item. I think steel might require water, doesn't it?
Thanks.
I might be just thinking of something else. Ignore me. Because, yeah, Demon Steel Line doesn't have any water, so it doesn't require water. I'm just being stupid.
Okay.
I have placed 2 random storage containers that I'm just dumping my crap into. Don't steal it.
I'm gonna build another one right next to it just so I can have that power diversity.
I'll be right back.
Power diversity.
Boom, boom. You hush.
Look,
I'm
it
trying to
probably
think.
makes sense to him. And that's all that's important right now.
I need to get rid of that splitter there for right now and just keep making these. First splitter should go up to here.
I should just make another door into this place or something, but I'm too lazy.
I should have just made a stackable pole instead of 3 belts running alongside each other.
Live and learn.
Oh, I am stuttering so much. What is going on?
I am also stuttering right now. Something's happening. Maybe my computer's dying.
Maybe it's
Oh.
Did it just crash? No, I'm breaking.
So,
stuff.
Demon, how much does your brain hurt?
More than I like.
You ready to turn in for the night?
You
What are you
have
about to
forced
do?
me to do this.
Because my Alexa is reminding me that it's time for me to get off.
I have no option.
It feels like we just started. What the fuck?
It does, doesn't it?
This is a good game.
Yeah, it is.
We put the stack. How do I place the item?
Alright, so everybody wrap up what you're
know.
working on.
I'm not really working on anything particular. If it goes down, it goes down.
Alright, Demon, wrap up whatever you're working on.
Alright.
I'm just making belts and
Demon, did you hear me?
Or-
Yeah, I heard. I'm
Yep.
getting to it.
Heavy, wrap up whatever you're
That
working
way.
on.
Okay.
And then constructor next. That makes. No, I need 2 constructors. Ooh.
Also, that bush isn't growing back, so I guess it is permanent destruction. That's sad.
Boom. Or no.
Hang
I'll
on.
just keep in mind to not run over bushes and things.
Go.
At least
I
not
did it.
F.
Yeah. For the bush.
Fuck's sake.
Another. God damn it. It's always in logistics.
F bush. You will be remember.
You will be remember. Never be for gore.
Never for gore.
Never for...
Boom.
I for gore.
I'm pretty sure that
remember.
dead.
Peacemaker.
Leader.
Bird.
Beater.
I'm making plates.
Just a
New
Making
dumb
beer.
friends.
Hey, Peter, I'm not just a cheater, I'm a
Okay.
beater.
Hey, Peter.
My name is Security Guard. I'm the chosen one.
We doing an outro now?
Yeah, I should just run it out since we're just wrapping up. Hope everybody who stopped by enjoyed and sticks around for more live streams. If you're watching on Twitter, follow the Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream and subscribe to see more live streams and videos like this. If you're watching the archive, like the archive, subscribe to see more VODs ported over from Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, follow. There's links to my Twitter and my Discord in the description. Join my Discord. There should also now be links on Twitch, but I haven't added them to YouTube yet for the Gas Network, which I've joined. Go ahead and join that server to see streams from more like-minded individuals. And also content from them. I think that's everything. You got anything to say, Heavy?
Good night.
You got anything to say, Slayer?
Kill me.
How about you, Sponkold?
Hey, Peter. One for all. 1,000,000%.